great day, Houston. Just want to say thank you to First Fruits, who is part of our live studio audience today. We'll hear more about what they do to help kids have a happy birthday. Well, for many Houston area schools, Be Nice is more than just good advice. It's a new program making a difference by helping kids deal with some tough topics. Ronnie Mancarius with Crime Stoppers of Houston and Christy Buck with the Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan explain why being nice can actually save lives. Rania, when we say Crime Stoppers, I think a lot of people are familiar with the, call in for a tip on a crime, but you all do so much more than that.
Yeah, we do so much more, especially in the schools. Certainly we give the free tip line to kids in schools, middle school, high school. Call that tip line if you know something's going to happen. We can go in ahead of the game and solve, prevent. We've removed almost 300 weapons from kids who are bringing them to school before they can be used against
so
other
the preventive
students.
Arm of Crime Stoppers
But
there.
yeah,
right?
but there's so much more. We've realized over the last 5 or 6 years that we needed to be starting with kindergartners and talking about the culture of their school and talking about things like mental health, emotional health, and what we need to do as a community to embrace and respond when we see things like that.
All part of that kind of Safe School Institute, if you will, under the Crime Stoppers umbrella. All right, mental health. It's crazy to me how mental health has been there since day one, but we're just now in these modern times kind of really talking about it, not only for adults, but as she said, children, kindergarten. Early on, we respond to mental and psychological and emotional situations.
Well, 50% of mental health disorders start by the age of 14 years old and 75% by the age of 24. So we have a window of opportunity to get our children help if needed, but most of all, coping skills, build resiliency, and that can start as young as 5 years old.
Yeah, well, we talk about mental illness, but mental health is a little bit different, right?
Yeah,
because that is just how you react about to
how
something,
you think,
how you handle
how you
certain things.
act, and how you feel.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what your mental health is, and it is in your brain. So it's good to have good mental health. But we have to be talking about it because at some point it could become an illness. And that's really what we need to be looking for, signs and symptoms.
What you've done in schools in Michigan is a program, a couple of different things. One is called Live, Laugh, Love.
Yep.
And how did you come up with that idea? And first of all, when did you notice that there was a void of something like this in schools?
In 2005, the program was developed by myself and a coworker, and it was just visiting classrooms talking about mental health, and we would go into psychology classes. And then one of the teachers said, you need to come back every week. This is bigger than the book teaches. So we would go back in and we would talk about different mental health disorders, from schizophrenia to bipolar illness. And then we noticed that, the bigger need is to recognize when somebody's behavior, their actions are changing, and we might possibly need to get them some help.
Yeah, which is, again, anytime there's a school shooting, the first thing we say is it must be mental illness, but oftentimes you've gone back and looked through each one of the cases across the country and said, here were the warning signs.
Yeah, and we had been looking for some type of mental health curriculum, and I love how Christy calls it's an action plan to integrate in the schools, and you look at the recent shooting in Santa Fe, and I called Christy after, and she said this boy exhibited almost all the signs. People are missing them. If we can get kids to recognize them early, to notice them, and then engage the kids, challenge them, empower them as a community to respond, you can literally change the course of action. And so while we looked across the entire country, literally across Houston, Texas, the entire country, for a tangible action plan, really Christy's was the best.
So Live, Laugh, Love. The other one is Be Nice.
That's it. And that is, like Ronnie was saying, that is an action plan: to notice, to invite, to challenge, to empower. So a simple way to look at it would be to notice what is good, what is right. So if I know everything that's good and right about Rania, maybe she's one of my best friends at school, and then I start to see differences. I'm noticing a change in her behavior. It is my obligation, my duty, to invite myself to have a loving, caring conversation, or better yet, at a school, tell a teacher, tell someone that might do something about that. And then C is challenging stigma, because many times stigma is the #1 barrier to people seeking help and getting treatment. And then ultimately empower them through the love, my support, my caring. And if you listen to the plan, it isn't just for children to be nice, to notice, invite, challenge, empower. It's for young adults. It's for men. It's for women.
It's the way society should really operate.
Exactly.
Yeah, in the workplace, whatever. Okay, so you're bringing these programs here. So how does it work in schools, and does a school request it, or how does that work?
Well, schools can call Crime Stoppers all the time, 713-521-4600, or on our website, crime-stoppers.org, and request our Safe School programming. It's always free for us in Houston. We go into the schools, we work with the classroom, we might do big rallies, but we bring the curriculum to the school. So all they have to do is call and request it, and we'll be there kindergarten through 12th grade.
Yeah, we can't always guess what we may have prevented, but we can see change.
Yes.
What changes did you see in students when you implemented these programs?
You know, a lot of it is a culture change in the school, a better understanding, and the ability to talk freely about thoughts, actions, and feelings. And, you know, it does mold from a bully prevention program, which many times what we see in a demographic of a school shooter is that
isolation, bullied, feeling unworthy, all those things. Yeah.
And so at that age, geez, can I notice that? I'm not going to label them, but I'm going to embrace them. I'm going to look at what are the challenges that are going on in their life right now? What can we do to help that child grow into a mature adult? Okay, so then in addition, in high schools, it's just amazing, because then you're talking really straight talk about suicide prevention. We've got to be talking about this. Suicide is the second leading cause of death amongst 10 to 24-year-olds. That is unacceptable. And this can all come from recognizing the onset, noticing. I'm going to keep reiterating the plan, because it's so easy to notice, invite, challenge, empower.
Intervention process.
You got it.
All right, ladies, thank you very much.
Thank
so happy
you
that you're bringing this here to Houston.
Thank you.
To learn more about Be Nice, visit BeNice.org, and to connect with Crime Stoppers of Houston, visit crime-stoppers.org or give them a call at 713-222-TIPS. Coming up, how you can experience one of Houston's most beloved new traditions, the Weird Homes Tour. Houston Happenings is next.